When hovering over the edge of a resizable element in VS Code, such as between the sidebar and the main editor area, you can see that after a few seconds, this highlight color will show up. Now this is telling us that this area is resizable, and I can just click and drag here. And in my case, I'm on the dark plus theme, the standard dark plus theme. So this highlight color is showing up in blue, but depending on your theme, this highlight color might show up in a different style. Now this also will show up for between the main editor area here and the panel. So anytime there's a resizable element, you'll see this, it's the sash border color that is actually showing up here. And it just is letting us know that we can go and resize things. So when you see this little border showing up, just click and drag to actually resize it. Now, if we wanted to, we can actually go and customize this color or even disable it entirely. So let's take a look at doing that. I'm going to open up my settings with Control comma or Command comma on Mac. And I'm going to search for workbench color. And I want the workbench color customization setting here. You do have to edit in the settings JSON instead of in the settings UI here. So I'll say edit in settings JSON. And now I'm going to go and I want the sash border color. So I want the sash hover border color here. And I'm going to go and select a color. You can see that by default, it's going to go to this red color here. So if I go and hover here, you can see that now the sash border that is showing up here is red. And I can just go and hover over this to get the color picker here. I can go find a nice color. So let's do something like this, a nice bright green here, for example. And now when I go back here, you can see that I have that green color showing up. So you can adjust this depending on what you want. Now we can also add transparency. So if I go in here, hover again, and let's go on the left column here, I'll just dial down the transparency a little bit. Now when I go back and I hover, you can see that it is partially transparent. So parts of the text, for example, are showing through a little bit here. And if I wanted to, I could actually make this fully transparent so that it will not show up at all. So if I don't want this sash border, I'm just going to make this fully transparent. And you can see that now when I go and I hover here, even after a few seconds, no border is showing up. So that's a quick look at the sash hover border color customization for VS Code. You can either make the hover border more prominent, really customize it for whatever theme you're using, or disable it entirely by making the hover border transparent.